In a world threatened by an ancient hidden war, disgraced former wrestling champion TYRUS finds himself scraping by as a security guard at a high-tech laboratory. When a freak accident grants him incredible superpowers, he finds himself facing off against Gorgon and her horde of evil man-beasts. Will TYRUS become the unstoppable hero who saves the world, or will he fall and doom us all?
Can you hear me?
There you go.
Lee, I was muted at the bottom of the controls. I thought I was muted on my mic right here. I kept tapping it. Good evening. It's March 3rd, and I'm in a great mood, despite being muted for the first 10 seconds of my own show. I thought this was America. I thought we had freedom of speech. Today was a great day. It was an amazing day. McDonald's Hamburgers released the Big Arch Burger that I've been looking forward to for 2 weeks since I saw it in the ad. I went and got it for lunch. Now, I'm keto diet, so I don't eat the bread or anything like that. But I did allow myself to take one bite with the buns. Then I ate the inside, and I gave the buns to my dogs. I will say the Big Arch is fine. It's not bad. It's good. I like a Big Mac better. So that's where I am. How are you doing today, Jericho?
Great. I mean, that's not bad for, McDonald's, because it's not like no one's like, McDonald's is so good. It's not on the level of In-N-Out when it comes to quality.
Sometimes McDonald's hits just right, though. Sometimes it does, It's
the fries are always right. The fries and the chicken nuggets are always right.
McDonald's. It's your dirty little secret McDonald's,
But it's a dirty little secret that almost everybody has.
McDonald's will text me and like, hey, baby, nobody has to know. Nobody has to know. It's just us.
And they send you like a French fry with ketchup on it. You're like, oh.
Wife's like, why is McDonald's wishing you good night at 2 a.m?
Dirty motherfucker. You.
Why is McDonald's texting you good night at 2 a.m?
Dude, McDonald's is just tearing happy married couples apart, destroying families.
Yeah. Do you keep your phone and all your stuff locked from your wife?
Nope.
Now, there are 3 modes of this. The infidelity people that have like 2 or 3 phones hidden and they keep all their passwords away from their spouse. The people like me and my wife, we know each other's passwords, but I always forget, and I have to ask my wife, or she has to ask me hers if I have to use her phone or something for something. And then the other kind, where the wife is so insecure that she makes the husband get a dual, like a Facebook account with her.
Oh, like, hell no.
Chris and Jenny, that's the name of the account.
Never. And I've seen that before too.
It's embarrassing.
No, hell no.
It's like, let me be. I'll let you be. I'm not doing anything,
It's called trust.
Yeah.
I used to leave my phone for years. I'd leave my phone in the kitchen on the charger, and my wife would get up before me in the morning. And I leave it. Now it's on my nightstand. I don't even have a password on my phone. But I think that's weird. I think that's weird, people who won't give their phone over to
I have a password because you do all that banking and spend money on your phone. I don't want anyone to be able to get into it, but my wife knows it for sure. So,
but if you want to use your phone and you were in the other room,
use it.
Be like, yeah, exactly. But there are people who would come running from the other room and say,
that's not suspicious.
Right? That's weird.
I saw a guy getting drafted in the NFL, young athletic guy, and he's sitting on the couch with the family and the girlfriend and all that. And she reached for his phone for whatever, and he like snatches it away from her. It's really funny. It's really funny.
Because he knew the whores were going to start calling to congratulate him.
Right. I have another one. I will not say who it is. A young man that I know in his mid-20s had fallen asleep, and not even his girlfriend, just a girl he was kind of talking to, saying he fell asleep, I don't know, on the couch watching Netflix or whatever. He wakes up to her. She had put so you have these phones and they do the face thing. It looks at my face and then it opens my phone. I've only had this phone for a week. I didn't know how it worked. And now my phone unlocks with my face. This guy I know, young man, you know him too, Jericho. He's asleep and he wakes up because he feels something going on. The girl that he was there with put his sunglasses on him and was holding his phone up because it won't open if your eyes are shut, but I guess it'll unlock the phone if you have sunglasses on because it doesn't count as your eyes are shut. I guess that's what he told me. And he said he woke up and he just started laughing at her and took the phone. Like, what are you trying to do here? She was trying to get his phone and look at everything.
Shady whore.
So that's
man. If you can't allow access to that, then there's something up. I don't care. There's nothing. I don't care at all because there's nothing in it. I don't do shit that I'm not supposed to. So I don't care. But yeah, if somebody's like, always keeping their phone with them, or you ask to use it, and they're like, no, or some bullshit, or all right, well, let me do this real quick, and they're like erasing shit or whatever. If it's not just a here you go, then man, see, technology and phones, they're I wouldn't say they're the culprit. They're not fucking shit up, but the way people use them are fucking shit up. Because now, because there's no separation anymore. Nothing's sacred. Nothing. We don't have to wait for anything. We can have anything all the time. There's no getting away from stuff anymore. There's no, I'm here now. Like kids, coming home from school, whatever was going on at school or the way to and from school came to an end when you got home. It didn't follow you in the house. But now with social media and phones, the text messages, the videos, the posts, that's all in the bedroom with the kid now, or wherever they have their phone. And, again, we've talked about this before. There's no not knowing. There's no time for not knowing. There's no, oh shit, hey, I wanted to ask you this. I haven't seen you in a while. Or going to seek out that knowledge in some way instead of just having it when you snap your fingers. So, that's kind of part of it. That's the downside. So now some dumb shit you might have kept somewhere else or compartmentalized, you're bringing that dumb shit in every room in the house, wherever you are. And it's not that that's an excuse. You shouldn't be doing it, but it's definitely increasing the chances of you getting caught.
Right. Yeah. I remember telling my kids when they first got phones in high school, don't post anything you're not going to want to see later. And the analogy I made to them is if you were walking down a busy intersection and you tripped, fell in the mud, your pants fell down, and it was all embarrassing, 15 people would see it and laugh. If you do something that's stupid on the internet, 8 billion people potentially can see it forever. It will never go away. Okay? Offline, maybe it's 30 seconds of embarrassment. It'll go away. Most people are sympathetic. If I was walking down the street and I saw someone eat shit in front of me, I'd go help them up and all that stuff. So
once you see they're all right, you might give it a little chuckle.
Yeah.
And then call somebody immediately and tell them what you just saw. But yeah, the embarrassment stays in that moment. It doesn't go global.
Yeah.
And you could look at like what we've talked about before and played on here before because it's fucking hilarious. And like you said, it will be here forever. That lady who was doing the grape stomp, the reporter, and then she fell and knocked the wind out of herself. Where the fuck was that little local TV shit? Should have stayed as local, fodder for parties and jokes and in the bar and whatever around the state, around the news station. But now it's around the world and everybody knows about it forever and everybody laughs at her because that shit was hilarious. Why didn't the lady was there? What?
For those that don't know, here it is.
Stop. Stop. I can't breathe. Stop. No. Oh,
boy,
dear.
I think she's actually hurt.
No, I think she is.
Yeah, she's hurt. She took a hard fall.
How did her coworkers back in the studio not fall over laughing?
Ouch.
How? Oh, I think she's
when the camera cut, they were like,
well, there's about 20 seconds in, she goes, oh, there's this one yelp, and it's she is hurting.
But is that the best cameraman ever or the worst cameraman ever? Because we never got to see her on the ground. He just went to the winery in the background. And that was, I guess, he's best cameraman ever. He wanted to pan down and he's like,
The subtext to that story, for those of you who are not familiar with that story, that news reporter was doing one of those, outdoor community pieces. And she's like, oh, this is how you stomp grapes. And the lady said, who can make more wine in 30 seconds? They're stomping the grapes. And then they go, stop. And then she gets in a few more and then she trips. And it's kind of like, That's what you get for cheating and trying to get a little squirt extra of wine there, lady. You know,
That shit was so funny.
I like her though. She's an eager little hard worker. That'd come in handy on a date.
Yeah, I mean that's clever. That was clever. You know, that would have made for a nice little piece.
Yeah.
You know, for them to go shoot back to the studio. Now back to you guys. You know, and I'm sure the cameraman would have zoomed in on the little spigot to see who produced the most juice. And it would have been great, but we never would have heard about it if it went the way it was supposed to.
No, just would have been a normal story about vino.
Yeah, since it turned into a train wreck, now probably billions of people around the world. There's got to be a couple billion people who've seen this.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to YouTube
because everybody shares it.
I'm gonna go to YouTube and see how many views that is. So YouTube,
everybody shares that.
Stump Falls. Let's go. Grape Lady Falls. 6.5 million views 15 years ago. Another account, YouTube Grape Lady Falls, 20.9 million. Michael Estelver, Grape Lady Falling, 15,132. So this is reposted on many channels, millions of views. So there you go. Well, I hope she's all right. I hope she's all right.
Who is she? Who is that lady?
Oh, I think she's
her. Ouch.
Ooh.
And how weird was it of her or for her to have that? Looks like that was what, the 90s, mid 90s, late 90s, maybe
15 years ago. Wait a minute, Jericho. 15 years ago?
Oh, that was from 15 years ago?
Well, the video was posted 15 years ago.
Yeah,
we don't know when it was recorded.
But looking at the clothing that ouch. I think
that seems like mid to late 90s. This is post 95, 96. It's somewhere there at the end.
How weird was it for her to only be the butt of a joke locally, because that's the only people who saw it, to years later, having, people probably, hey, isn't that you? Because people who were there and in the town and all that shit are like, oh, that's fucking so-and-so. And then, so people know who she is. Where is she? Where is she? What is she doing now? I hope she's working in like New York or something. She realized her dream. She took that.
I hear she retired in Marin County, and she has her own winery. And she doesn't press the grapes herself. She does hire help.
She can't.
No, she can't.
She can't go in there.
A career-ending injury right there.
She can't go into the stomping room.
Yeah, it's not allowed.
She gets all woozy and shit.
Her life insurance policy won't allow her in the stomping room. It's kind of like a high-pitched Arnold Schwarzenegger, if you think about it. Right? Grapes. It's hard.
No, stop it. Please.
And how would Arnold say that she looks like she's hurt if he was the reporter?
Oh, she looks like she's hurt.
I love that.
Yeah,
how do you spell hurt?
I think it's Hy.
Oh.
I want to say like URT. Yes, because it doesn't feel like an IRT.
Yeah, hurt.
Oh, goodness. Kirby, work. Looks like she's hurt. Oh, ouch. Yeah, man, that was crazy. That lady blew her whole chest apart.
You remember
how do you
get
a torso replacement? Is that possible?
You don't. That's
a torso transplant?
Nope. I'm sorry, doctor. I'm sorry, sir. We did everything we can for your wife.
We could not find a new torso for her because this one is shot.
She'll just have to live with it.
This one is damaged. Oh man, she's like a plate that gets glued back together. She'll have that scar.
Hold on.
Like from.
He says it. The reporter's name was Melissa Sander. Is her name 2006 Atlanta Grape Lady? All right, so it was 20 years ago.
20 years ago.
Do not find or harass her. I have to say that because YouTube is uptight about everything. We just said her name because it's public record. We're not bothering her, and we do feel sorry for her, YouTube.
That's a year into the like YouTube. Shit really, starting to blow up. So yeah, I'm sure there was a period of time where the world didn't know, and now, man. She should have.
And now, if it happened now in the social media age that we've lived in for like 10 years, the last 3-4 years of YouTube Shorts and Instagram and TikTok, man, she would capitalize on it. She'd invent like a crypto coin. It'd be like Grape Coin or whatever, and then she'd rug pull the crypto coin. Probably that's what a lot of people would do. They get their like the Hawk Tua girl. They get their 15 minutes of fame, cash the hell in, and then get out. I saw the Hawk Tua girl. She got crazy famous for saying "spit on that thing," and then she had a crypto coin, and then it was alleged that her and the people rug pulled it. You know what that is? Everybody invests, and then they pull the money out, and the coin's worthless. Allegedly, YouTube. And then I saw on Twitter. I don't know if it's real. Everything I say about Twitter, when I say I saw it on Twitter, I mean I saw it on Twitter. I don't know if it's true. I saw on Twitter that the Hawk Tua girl is now an OnlyFans girl. I saw it on Twitter. I don't know if it's true. I don't want to know.
Damn it.
I don't want to know.
Well, I don't think she had anything to do with the rug being pulled from under that.
I feel like she didn't really know anything about crypto, and some people behind the scenes used her fame.
She was the face of it. She was the face of it for sure, and her notoriety. But that's really too bad if she's reduced to showing her parts. Because she had like a podcast and stuff. She had appearances. You know, she was making her money in other ways, you know.
And that crypto thing ruined it for her.
Yeah, now she's, oh, man.
That's one thing about doing business. You know, you work for yourself. I work for myself. And you got to be really careful doing business. I know that's obvious advice. But, like, just because you're a good, nice, decent person and you wouldn't rip people off.
Oh, yeah.
Get a contract and get it signed. Because
it's not in writing.
Some of the shit people would do is insane. And there's a naivete when you wouldn't ever think to do this. And then they're like, haha, you didn't sign it, blah, 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 or you signed this. And then there's lawyers, and then there's wasted time and money and all that kind of stuff. It
gets all crazy.
Yeah, I've learned a few bitter lessons in business that people who shake your hand and give you a hug and call themselves your brother, your friend, sometimes are not. Sometimes they're hugging you with the left arm, and they got the knife in the right coming around back, you know. So,
yeah, that's how they get close. I learned that early in life when I was 18, joining the military. Both my parents having been former military, they told me if they don't put it in writing, don't believe it, because they're going to tell you what you want to hear to get you to sign up.
Oh yeah, Jericho, you're going to be the COB, man. You're going to be the you're going to be the COB in charge of the whole boat.
Yeah, you're going to be an admiral in 2 years.
Yeah, you'll be in our accelerated admiral program. Accelerated admiral
super
program.
Accelerated.
Yeah.
What normally takes you 30 years, you'll get done in 2 years. No problem.
And listen, I know you've heard that there's women in every port. They're good-looking women in every port.
They're all beautiful. Where do you want to go? Tell me anywhere in the world. Where do you want to go?
We'll put you where you want to go. What do you want to do? You want to fly the jets? You want to shoot the guns? You want to drive? What do you want to be?
What do you want to do? You want to do secret missions?
Yeah.
You know, and then come back to the base in Honolulu. Is that what you want to do? No problem. We can do all that.
Come back to the base at the penthouse of the Waikiki Hilton. That's what we have for our special ops guys like you. That's
they get a penthouse. They get a suite at the Waikiki.
And don't worry about cooking and cleaning. We have some Hawaiian gals there.
We have nude Hawaiian girls. Well,
not nude, but topless, grass skirts.
As soon as they, when they're 23, we execute them because they're too old.
Oh, yeah. 23. 22 and a half.
Old hag, boo.
Boo. Get him out of here. Boo, get him off stage.
Boo that old. So yeah, that's how we treat them, because they're older than 23, they're disgusting. So
none of that happened when you were in the Navy?
Youthful and gorgeous. No, I missed it. I remember I got there and the boat was like, ooh, and it was leaving the port. I was like, oh man, that was a fun boat to Lickawini Island. But that didn't happen.
You took the slow boat to Lickawini Island, huh?
Everybody wants to go to Lickawini Island. But I missed it.
What was let's go vroom, 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 vroom. Let's go into a memory where I play the harp magically. Give me like an outrageously funny moment from being aboard on a ship, being underway, as they say. Like what's when you think of the craziest thing that you ever saw on the ship that you can repeat? Maybe some things just want a confidence. What pops in your mind first?
I mean, one of the craziest things isn't funny, but one of the funniest things that I saw was so you have what's called a swim call, where the boat stops, it drops anchor, and then you can jump off the ship you don't have to literally jump off, but you can take the ladder down and then jump in the water, and you could swim in the ocean. And we usually do this when you're close to port. You're not like in the open fucking,
No,
the open ocean where it's
you're not out there
fucking 8 miles
1,200
deep.
foot depth with great white.
Nah. So we were, off the coast of Puerto Rico. Gorgeous. What better place to take a dip than off the coast of Puerto Rico? So
I could think of a few places I'd like to take a dip, but
ew.
just the dip. Just
Hey, just the tip. Whoever got hurt by the tip? Nobody. So
right?
There, right?
Right.
There was it was a day you should call like a recreational day, where if you didn't have duty, I mean, there's always a group on duty, meaning there's enough people to where if the ship has to get underway, there's enough people to where the ship can run smoothly. So there's enough people to do every job on the ship to run smoothly.
How hard would it suck to they're going to let you guys do something awesome, and then you got to do duty, and you're watching people do it out the window or something,
Hey, c'est la vie. It happens to everybody.
Right.
We went to all these cool places, and there's only 3 duty sections. So every 3 days you have duty. So there's a good chance that we're going to go somewhere cool. If we're there long enough, if we're there for 3 days or so, then everybody will get a chance. But usually it's 1 or 2 days, 2 or 3 days, and then we dip. So it was a day where they were playing music and barbecuing, and they put up the safety nets, people playing football and volleyball.
Wow.
Or playing catch on the where the helipad is and stuff. And
now, was it full Top Gun? Let's get shirtless, rub a little body oil.
There were some dudes. I didn't see oil passed around, but
I thought you were the oil guy. You told me you were the guy that rubbed all the dudes down with oil. You told me that.
No. Well,
you told me that and said not to say it in public.
No, that was a job you said if I was in the Navy, I'd want to be the oil man. That's what you said.
Oh, oil man. I said I want to be an oil man.
Oilman.
I meant like a Texas oil man with the big
No,
hat.
you said you were already a first-class oilman in your personal life. Oh, that's the part I wasn't supposed to say.
Right. Come on, man. Anyway, let's move on.
Yeah. Let's get past that. Anyway, so let's see. Fast forward. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, yeah. Swim call. And there were some dudes out there who were shirtless and some ladies out there, with tank tops or something. We'll get to them. So everybody's having a good time, if you're not on duty, and there's people on watch, with binoculars watching for sharks and stuff like that, because this is Puerto Rico, there's tiger sharks and shit out there. We did see one of those. And so it's 60 feet from the main deck where most stuff happens, where everybody's having fun, to the water line. So if you jump off the ship, that's like 60 feet, kablooey in the water. So this fool,
you get really hurt doing that, unless you're
well, there are people jumping off. There are people jumping off of the ship.
Really?
Yeah, and there are some people who will go like halfway down on the ladder and then jump off and shit like that. So
there's a few people who flop from 60 feet. You can actually get really hurt. Really?
Yeah.
Hurt.
Well, this dude, he was like, "Yo, watch, watch this, look." So he has everybody stop and watch him. And so he jumps off the ship and he tries to do 3 flips.
No.
And he does like 2.5, and it's just fucking gunshot. Pow! When he hits the surface of the water on his back. So he back flops. So he hits the water, and then for like a second he's on the surface of the water, and then he starts
sinking
to sink underwater. But there are so many people in the water, they went right over there.
How fucked up was he when they brought him back?
Took him out. He was messed up, but not until the next day you could really see the damage. He was bruised, like
from ass to neck.
So he pulled his pant leg up, and it like the lower calf at least. I didn't see to the soles of his feet, but like from there all the way up to like the top of his shoulders, it bled a little bit into his neck, was a little bit bruised.
Oh my god,
he was done for. And then the people who are out there, and this is you're on the open ocean. It's not super hot, so you're not really. You're not out there like, oh man, it's so hot, but it was warm. And so a lot of the people who are out there shirtless in their tank tops and shit like that just had the nastiest like bubbles on their sunburn, like fried chicken skin, like yellow bubbles
now, as
all over
one
their
of
skin.
as one of the people from the line of the desert people myself, I don't sunburn. I go to the beach. I don't use sunscreen. I just tan. It's nice.
Yeah, well, these poor people,
No, they're
they
Irish
cooked.
guys, Irish guys, Swedish
They
guys.
cooked. Yeah, they
red
cooked
like
something awful. It was more than red. It was like bubbles all over their skin. And so a lot of them, you know, they had a tough time like putting their uniform on because it was all over their back and their shoulders and stuff. And it took like weeks for it to, you know, fully heal and shit like that. It was, ugh. I was like, golly, that looks fucking gross. So yeah, that was pretty crazy. And then the craziest thing I saw was we pulled a dead body out of the water.
Oh no!
In the UAE, that was pretty wild.
Was it one of the sailors or just a citizen? Or
it was actually both. It was a member of the UAE Coast Guard who had fallen over the side, but he had something tied around his waist, and it was like almost like a little keg, and it was tied around his waist. He didn't have any socks or shoes on, and he had like a ski mask kind of thing pulled over his face. That's what I saw.
That's a little weird.
With my eyeballs, and he was just bobbing on the water, on the surface of the water, face down. He was missing some fingers from the, you know, fish or whatever, taking bites of them, and he had been in the water for like 10 days.
Ooh.
So he smelled.
Yeah. Thankfully, I've never seen a dead body outside of a funeral or a hospital where, like, you know, someone recently died. I guess my grandma died at my uncle's house, but she was in like hospice in the home, you know. But I did see someone killed once while I was driving down the street. They were already dead. It was so sad. It was in Encinitas or somewhere on the coast here, driving with my wife. Lucadia, I don't know. But there was a young man, you knew he was like in his early 20s or something, because it was the white blanket on the sidewalk. There were cop cars around, and there was just sticking out like, I think like brown jeans, like brown pants, and then a pair of like young people's shoes, like Vans or something like that. You know what I mean? And you could just tell. And the blanket was on him. Fucking sad.
Damn.
You know, so yeah.
That sucks.
I don't know. So, but thankfully I've not had to see anything else. God bless. So.
Yeah, something I was told by a cop friend of mine. He said something he learned a little too late in his career, something he wished. And his dad told him, and he said he wished he listened to him. But his dad said, if you don't have to look, then don't look.
You'll never forget. You'll never
don't be the first to run in there and see something you don't need to see.
I can see,
that was very true.
I can see that beautiful sunny day, that white blanket, those brown pants, and those like Vans, like skateboarder kid shoes. I can see them clearly in my mind on the sidewalk. And the cops, you know, the guy's dead. A, the blanket. B, the cops are walking slowly. They're not rushing to try and save anyone. It's like, it's over, man.
Damn.
Yeah, terrible.
Do you see any like damaged cars or anything
I didn't
around?
see anything but the guy, and there was a wide median, and it was a big major road. I think it was actually up in Orange County. I don't think it was Lucadia or Carlsbad. I think it was actually further up, like Laguna Beach or something like that. It was like 2 years ago with my wife, and it was a wide median, like, you know, what, 8 or 12-foot wide concrete piece with some trees in it, and then sidewalks, and then like 2 or 3 lanes on each side. So it was a big boulevard going there near the ocean. And I didn't see a wrecked car, wrecked motorcycle, nothing. So who knows what happened? I don't know. So
that sucks.
Yeah.
So it's young, like somebody young like that. It's always like, damn, such, you know, potential, such a life.
It's very sad. Yeah. I don't know. It's my niece's boyfriend. They were driving somewhere, and he was in front of her in a motorcycle, and she was in her car. And something bad happened, blah, blah, blah. And he rear-ended the SUV in front of him pretty fast. And he died at the hospital later that night or the next day. It was pretty terrible, dude. I don't want to go down a real negative thing here, but it reminded me of that. So we don't want to depress the audience. Just hug the people you love, all right? We're not going to go into a bunch of stories like this. It's not great. It's not good content. We'll think of something fun and funny.
Yeah. So, yeah, my wife.
What's the stupidest thing you saw someone do on the ship that made you laugh besides the belly flop? Were there any? Because I know there's camaraderie. And like, I played football, you played football. Navy, all the masculine pursuits, they all have that same thing where you give each other shit because you love each other. Was there anything? I was thinking like Cool Hand Luke, where Paul Newman eats 50 boiled eggs in that egg eating contest.
Oh,
was there anything stupid like that? Like just anyone got dared to do something or prank something, or would they ever prank a commanding officer? Because I know that's like not okay.
Oh,
But
hell no.
I could see someone doing something
Hell
stupid if they were
no.
like really dumb.
No,
So,
this isn't fucking McHale's Navy. This isn't Police Academy. There's no fucking way that anybody's gonna prank the CO. Nope, that's not fucking happening.
I wonder what would happen if they did, because with millions of people being soldiers and sailors and Marines over the decades, over the centuries, someone has to have been stupid enough to do something like that. I wonder what would happen.
I mean, if your CO doesn't have a sense of humor, you're gonna be in trouble. You probably get court-martialed for that. Yeah, it depends, because the CO, man,
you can't disrespect the chain of authorities.
That's top dog, man. That's the dude who's in charge of everything. So, boy, you're taking a gamble. And especially if you're not a high-ranking officer like him, if you're not like the XO, who is the executive officer, that's the second in command.
Yeah.
Then yeah, but that's that's his second, like I said, his second in command. So he's taking a gamble. If you're some fucking enlisted person, oh man, no. You don't got the credit to be pulling that kind of shit.
I don't want to besmirch the reputation of women as whores.
Oh,
there is a stereotype that military wives, when left home for their husbands' deployments, can find themselves in a situation with another man while their husband's away. And you see it, and that's where the concept of the Dear John letter and all that comes from, because you're gone, there's no one paying attention to me, I moved on. And the guy, he's in a fucking war zone reading this breakup letter that he's been dumped for the guy that got to stay home. Did that, in your experience, did that really happen? Guys got dumped and you saw it on the ship? Like, did you see that?
We heard about it on the ship, but I saw it in boot camp. This dude got a Dear John letter, and he headbutted the locker, and the locker, they're metal, and they have a little lip that sticks out so you can lock both the top and bottom drawer together. And he headbutts the locker, and I guess that little lip thing cut his nose, and it was bleeding all over the place. And somebody's like, you fucking idiot, when he was walking to the bathroom, and he took the blood that he had cupped in his hand so it didn't spill on the floor, and he flung it at the dude, and it got on the wall, a little bit on the ceiling. And they started rumbling because the dude, he got a Dear John letter from his lady. So it was all bad. And it was toward the end of boot camp where they started to take their foot off of our neck a little bit. So we had a little more free time, a little bit. But yeah, man, that was crazy.
And one more from my naval interview of you. When you were out there on the ocean defending us, what did you miss most about home? And you have to narrow it down. What did you miss? What did you miss about being a civilian on the land when you were out there? What did you think about a lot? Like, we can't do this. I wish I could do this.
Probably just familiar things, American things, the food, the weather, the culture, the cars.
Right.
You just miss, yeah. And I mean, when you're underway, you miss land. Then you miss those same things, but from a more macro level.
Right.
Because when you're out underway, you miss cars in general, not just American cars. You miss food that's not the government's food, let alone, American food. You miss just not being surrounded by water, not more specifically, American land or your hometown. So yeah, you do miss those things. And then when you're coming into port, you see birds, that signifies land somewhere. So once you see the birds, and people are like, oh shit, we're getting close, because it's been 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, maybe 5 weeks. The carriers, they stay out there for months, 3 months,
right?
4 months. The submarines could be 6 months.
Now, what years were you? 2001 to 5, or when was it?
No, I was 98 to 01.
Okay. Were you ever involved in any sort of conflict or is it called combat, I guess, for the Navy? I don't know. Like,
I like conflict.
oh, conflict. Were you involved in anything where the ship was like, yes, we're launching missiles, we're launching jets that are going to do airstrikes? Were you involved in anything real conflict?
Well, in that sense, yes. So the ship I was on was a supply ship. So you got um, battle groups where each group has frigates, destroyers, a carrier. A carrier is a centerpiece, and then a supply ship, submarine. That and the sub goes everywhere you go before you get there. You might see them. We saw ours once, and they were going under. We were leaving Greece one morning. Never saw them in our 6-month deployments anymore. So yeah, that's pretty much your battle group. So my ship wasn't launching missiles, but there were many times that we would supply the carrier, and so we meet up in the middle of the ocean. We would usually, the other ship would be on station. We would pull up alongside them, but the carrier was the one that would pull up alongside us. So we'd be waiting on station for them. And you start going through the water at the same speed, send over cables and hoses, start sending over fuel. Helicopters are flying back and forth.
Oh, wow.
Delivering stores and stuff and everything a ship could need to function. And you're talking a carrier with 10,000 plus people on it. So we're delivering fucking major shit. We go back into port, various ports around the world, resupply, and then go back out and resupply the battle group.
What was the conflict?
I don't know if it had a name. Maybe it was Operation something, but we would load the carrier or supply the carrier, and then you'd see the jets take off and fly somewhere.
We're the flyboys, the pilots, those Navy, were they like celebrities when they came on the ship? We're like, wow, that's Maverick, that's Cyclone. Like, did they have that aura about them, those kind of guys?
Maybe on the carrier, people that knew them.
Okay.
But like on our ship, we had helicopter pilots.
Okay.
And they were cool. I mean, yeah, they were different. They were helicopter pilots. They ate different food. They ate in different galleys than we did. They were different. They were pilots, but it wasn't like, oh, cool. The people who were like that when they came on board the ship, one time we had a SEAL team doing some training on board our ship. And so we had to stay inside, basically got the day off, had to stay inside the skin of the ship all day because they were training.
What's that mean? What's the skin of the ship? What's that mean?
Inside.
Oh, okay.
You're staying inside. No sunlight is hitting your body.
All right.
And when they came in to eat on the mess decks, on what you call the cafeteria, we call the galley. People were like kind of stepping aside when they came through. Hey, how you doing, man? And stuff like that. And yeah, you see that trident on their chest. Yeah, those guys are more like celebrities, but they weren't arrogant. They weren't pompous. They weren't like, watch out. They were super cool dudes, but
they weren't like the
Navy SEALs.
stupid high school movie where the quarterback bullies everyone.
No, not at all. And they didn't look like Navy SEALs. If you took that trident off of them, you would think maybe they did something, maybe firefighting or something like that, because they did look in shape, but they weren't these big muscle-bound dudes. But yeah, when the SEALs, and normally there's no TV during mealtime, but the TV was on that night. And yeah, those are the guys who were like, oh shit, like there they are. The SEAL team.
Speaking of the TV, how does being a fan of the NFL work on the ship? Because I wouldn't imagine it's a sports bar with 30 televisions to get all the games. And if you got hundreds of sailors, thousands of sailors, they want to watch all these different games. How does that work? Who picks? We're watching the Chiefs Patriots because that's what I want. Who has to say so? The commanding officer, or just like who?
I mean, now it might be different. They might have more TVs because TVs are smaller now. Right. They're not all the big booty TVs we used to have.
Oh, that's right. I forgot the TVs are like 3D in the old days.
Yeah, they have fat asses back in the day.
Yeah.
No, it wouldn't get up to the commanding officer, but yeah, whoever in that department or that area. There was a TV in the berthing area too, like where you stayed. There'd be like a common area with a table you could play cards and shit or watch TV. I remember the times we were overseas for like the Super Bowl. you'd have to get up at like 3 o'clock in the morning to catch the Super Bowl.
Right.
But people were up. There were a lot of people up who wanted to watch it because that was one of those things that you missed about home, about America, was football.
Would the mess would they make something special to eat? Maybe make some hot wings at least, or something, or a little something for the Super Bowl, or a little something on Christmas, or
I mean, yeah, Christmas, Thanksgiving, that kind of shit. But Super Bowl, it's 3 o'clock in the morning. There ain't shit to eat.
I have one other thing I was really wondering about the ship. You're young, you're in shape. It's co-ed. You're sailors, not soldiers. Professional, the best of the best. But if you put men and women around each other, things just gonna happen. And I've never had anyone tell me, because I've never asked, I've never really wondered about it, but I'm wondering about it now. Is it illegal, against the rules, to canoodle with a female sailor? If, obviously she's an adult, she's consenting, you go to her little room and, you make things happen, then you're done. Neither of you are on duty. It's just, are you allowed to do this, or is this like, no, you're not allowed to do this?
I mean, if they're there, they're an adult. If you're in the Navy, so that's good.
I was just making the redundant check of they're an adult, they're consenting, they're not working currently, they're on their break or whatever. They're,
no, if you're off base, if you're off the ship,
on the ship. I'm talking.
Oh no, no, that's against the rules. You are not allowed to do that. There is no dating and shit like that. And there are people who do date, but you got to keep the PDA to basically don't. But no, they don't condone. There will be no going to her room, her berthing. It's called your berthing area. Nah, fuck no.
No berthing, or else we're gonna have some birthing.
Yeah, you won't step foot in there. I don't think I ever went near the female berthing. There would definitely be somebody who stops you on the way, like, where the fuck are you going?
Oh, it's segregated. Like, I didn't even think it's segregated.
Fuck yeah, you ain't sleeping. This ain't Starship Troopers. You're not fucking sleeping and showering with the women. Fuck no. And that does happen. I remember I was TAD to our base, temporary assignment of duty, and I worked with a bunch of pregnant chicks who were out in the fleet who got fucking boned, raw dogged, and got pregnant and had to be flown back to the States because you can't be pregnant on a fucking United States Navy ship because you can't work and it's dangerous.
Right.
So yeah, that happens for sure. One of the reasons why women aren't allowed on submarines. But yeah, you get, and everybody there is relatively youthful. You're not going to have any super old people, maybe the CEO or maybe some of the senior chiefs or the master chiefs, but most people there are like in their 40s and under. A large part are in their 18, 19, in their 20s.
You had to go work on shoreside. You had to work on a land assignment with a bunch of women who got knocked up on the ships.
Yeah, I had to put those bitches somewhere.
That happened to me in high school, working for, believe it or not, Pizza Hut when I was 15. You have the crew of people that work at your Pizza Hut. It's 20 people, delivery drivers, cooks, managers. And this one white lady with red hair and a ponytail, I remember she just showed up one day as a delivery driver, and she was pregnant like a beach ball. She was pregnant out to here. And I'm like, who the hell is she? And she's just like, and she wasn't new because she wasn't doing training. She was just getting pizza out of the oven and putting them in boxes in the little sleeve and delivering them. She just got right to work one night. And I asked one of my coworkers, like, who's that lady? And like, oh, that's Shelly or whatever. I'm like, where did she come from? They're like, oh, the other store, the Poway store or whatever, like a couple miles away. Like, the manager knocked her up. So, they didn't want to fire her, but she can't work there anymore. And blah, blah.
Dude, she was putting pizzas in the...
she's got a bun in the oven and a pizza in the oven. Yeah. And I remember she was so pregnant and she had those pregnant craving munchies that I would catch her like out of the corner of the oven, like where the pizza kit was kind of to my left behind me. And I'd see, you see someone out of the corner of your eye, you turn and look. More than once, I caught her taking a pepperoni or a sausage off the pizza right out the oven.
That's gross.
One time I saw her eat a couple hot wings. I guess, because, it's an order of like 16 or 12, right? So all you got to do is put 15 or 18 in those. Put like a couple extra to cook, and then when it comes out the oven, you just eat the extras. So, and we were allowed to eat the food. The managers did let us cook pizzas for dinner and all that. So the worst
but on somebody's order though, that's a scandal.
Yeah, you don't touch someone's pizza.
Don't
make your own
do that.
Jeez. Yeah. Here's a question. None the miser. How much bouillabaisse did you keep on board?
Well, at least 100 gallons at a time. You got to be ready.
Well, you had the
There could be
100 gallons, but then you had the 100 emergency gallons, right? So
Yeah.
200. Yeah,
200. Well, 100 in circulation, 100 in reserve. Because the last thing you want is a bouillabaisse shortage. That'll tear that shit
Oh my
apart.
gosh. Well, you told me that one time when you guys were near the Maldives and you guys ran out of bouillabaisse, and then the admiral was coming aboard that day, and you were out. You know, I think it was something like it was his birthday, right? Or he was retiring. You were gonna have a band and a woman jumping out of a cake and all kinds of stuff going on, right?
Yeah, but she ended up passing out in the cake. It was a whole big thing.
And then that guy, but didn't that chef? Would you say his name was a Ryback? He made a ton of bouillabaisse.
Rye bread, Ryback. No,
Riley, Ryback, something. Yeah.
Oh, Riley? No.
Yeah.
Ryback. I think you were right the first time.
Yeah. Casey.
But yeah, luckily.
Casey Ryback. I think that was his
name. But luckily he had a 50-gallon starter of bouillabaisse tucked away. Yeah. So I was able to make the 150 gallons for the retirement dinner. It was a birthday, actually.
Yeah.
But yeah, the retirement or his birthday was touch and go for a minute, but it ended well. It ended very well.
That's awesome. I think one of the biggest, now I'm reminiscing about working at Pizza Hut when I was 15. I was making it great in 1995, and I think a little bit in 96. I think it was maybe just 95. We had a Hindu customer, and he was a vegetarian. And he angrily called the shop because his large thin crust bell pepper, large thin crust olive, one of them had a meatball on it or a sausage. Because when you're making pizzas, you ever get a topping you didn't order, but just like one. There's like a random jalapeno on your pizza, so it just fell on when the cook was working. He didn't see it. He was very upset. There was one piece of meat, full refund. Please, he said, "I'll come in and get them. I don't want to wait for delivery again." We put 2 large thin crust, bell pepper, black olive. They go through the oven, but we get so busy, no one is tending the oven for a few minutes. And he comes up to the counter, kind of pissed off, but being cool, like, where are my pizzas, blah, blah, blah. The guy that's manning the oven turns and pulls them out with the pliers, and they're both charcoal black because they got stuck in the oven. So we gave the vegetarian guy a meat pizza, and then we burned his vegetarian pizzas.
Damn.
So, not a great night for him. Not a great
What happened? Did he end up getting his pizzas?
I don't remember. I think he just left in a huff and they gave him a refund.
Oh,
yeah.
Fucking pissed.
You drive all the way down there, these kids burn your pizza.
Oh, welcome in, sir.
It's a little well done, sir.
It's Cajun style, okay? Give me my money back.
It's our new black and stuffed crust.
Only in the month of February, sir.
For Black History Month.
We're burning all our pizzas to show solidarity.
Oh my god.
It's not a good idea. If you have a business, don't do that.
Yeah.
Not a good
idea. Worked in customer service at Trader Joe's, the People's Democratic Republic of Trader Joe's. Sorry.
Yes.
What was like? I know you already told the story about the Brazil nuts. What horrific customer service did you give or witness when you worked there? Like my poor Indian gentleman trying not to eat meat and trying not to eat burnt pizza. What things happened at the People's Republic, a Democratic Republic of Trader Joe's?
First, I want to say all hail to the chancellor,
right?
The high chancellor,
dear leader
of the People's Republic of Trader Joe's.
Right.
First of all, before anything else, I want to say that. And let's see. I had there was this homeless guy that came in. And hey, if you're gonna say the N-word, guys, say it at the top of your lungs. All right.
Say it with your chest, as the kids say.
Yeah, don't shy away from it. So this older homeless dude came in and he was creeping out some of the customers. Like 2 or 3 women came up, just saying inappropriate shit, being too close to him. And like 2 or 3 women came up and complained. So we were like, hey, sir, we got some complaints. We're, I want to ask you to leave the store, please. Super professional. Like, you're not going to see a manager at Trader Joe's get all pissed at somebody. That's just not the way it works. So very nice, very professional. And he just started screaming, dropping the N-word on me and the other manager who was walking him out. store was full of people, 5-6 people at each register, just screaming at the top of his lungs. Everybody in the store turned looking at this homeless dude walking out of the store, saying, "I'll kill all of you, you effing blah blah blah." It was crazy. I had to keep from laughing. It was just so funny because it was so outrageous that I had to try to keep from laughing. And then we had this old senile dude named Sven who would come in there with his wife, who was, dude, they were both like combined age of like 370. They were fucking old as shit. And he would come in, he had dementia, and he would come running up to us and say, "Please help me, help me. This woman's chasing me. She won't leave me alone." It was his wife. And so it was so weird. And then I had this lady, she came through my line, and just the normal everyday shit. "Hey, how you doing today? Find everything you're looking for, blah blah blah, whatever." Say, "Hey, how you doing?" She's all, "Not good." She starts crying. She's like, "My brother died." Starts crying. I was like,
Ooh, that's
what do I do with this?
just
So
not much. You just be a little sympathetic and don't say anything. Just
yeah. So we got through the transaction, and I ended up giving her some flowers, on the house.
That's good. See, that's smart. Smart play.
She's very
You
appreciative.
don't offer a bunch of unsolicited advice. Just a
Well, yeah. What the fuck am I gonna say?
Well, in times of grief, I find it's best. Like, she didn't fucking ask you.
Like, I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you said that.
Oh, I'm glad you bring this up. This is kind of my wheelhouse. Make that a cashier at Trader Joe's, but
just watch some TED Talk on this.
Yeah,
I'm gonna tell you 5 steps to get over your grief.
Ugh.
Yeah. So, and there's a lady her son was throwing a tantrum, and she laid down on the floor next to him and started rubbing his back, like laying on the floor.
How old is the son?
Like 4 years old.
I was hoping you'd say like
a little
23.
kid. No, he was 37.
They ran out of Pokemon cards, Mom.
Yeah. And we walked up and started kicking him in his ribs. "Get up, you piece of shit." But there were a lot of crazy shit. All the homeless people who would be like, "Man, where's so-and-so? I haven't seen him in a long time." "Oh, he's dead." "Oh, he got, one dude got stabbed at the bus stop."
What
He would come in every day. No, one of the homeless guys would come in all the time.
Oh.
He would come in every morning and buy this. We had this vodka called Burnett's, and it was like $5.99 for a bottle like this, maybe a fifth or something like that. He'd come in every morning and get it. And I hadn't seen him for a while. Turned out he got stabbed to death at the bus stop one night.
Jeez.
Fucking crazy.
I never saw real street alcoholics up close until I rented a U-Haul. There was a liquor store that also rented U-Hauls when I was moving.
Fucked up. Grab a truck.
Weird. It was a liquor store. They have the cigarellos, they have the chips and the jerky and the peanuts, and then all those little like bottles of alcohol, which I've never understood, shooters, what they're for, but I found out.
Like
so
I
went there at 7 a.m. to get my U-Haul to move from one house to another, and they weren't quite open yet. So I was there 10 minutes early, before 7, and there were like 8 homeless alcoholics like milling in front of the door with like pocket change in their hands. They open the door. I go in. I rent my truck, but these people are all just buying like a 7-Up and a couple shooters of vodka, just like enough to get, I guess, their buzz on at 7:03 in the morning. I thought that was really weird, but I kind of didn't know what it was. I move, blah 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 blah. I return the truck the next morning at like 7 a.m. I get 24 hours. I give the truck back. The same people are there again with pocket change, blah blah, and they buy again 3 or 4 little shooters, a Coca-Cola, rum and Coke. Like, look, this is what these people get drunk every day at 7:15 in the morning. But I don't know. I don't think I've ever drank a shooter, the little bottle. I can't. If you're an alcoholic, that's not enough booze. Don't you need?
But it's enough. It's enough to stop the shaking and to.
They just want to taste it, right? They just need
to even them out, to get their body, to like. Okay, we can.
I don't know. I don't drink. Yeah. I don't do drugs. I don't smoke. Nothing like that.
I've never drank to that extent, never been an alcoholic or anything like that, but knowing people who have and shit like that, it's, and seeing 1,500 episodes of Intervention, I think it's
look at None the Miser in the chat. He says, "Oh, the brew hall. I've been there."
Yeah, dude, get lit, grab one of those trucks, then go move some shit. Get drunk.
Yeah. So I don't know. I felt sorry for them.
Yeah, that's terrible. Terrible. That's terrible.
Hold on, I'm just typing something in here. But I liked my People's Republic poster. I don't know if you got a gander at it when you were telling your story.
I did. Very accurate.
I thought it was quality work. The People's Democratic Republic of Trader Joe's. Proletarians of the aisle unite. Everything for the People's Pantry. Workers of the world shop here. What's it say? Something ministry. Oh, People's Democratic Republic of Trader Joe's Ministry of Grocery Affairs. That's AI is amazing that it wrote all that. I didn't tell it to write that text. The prompt I wrote into Grok was, make me a communist propaganda poster, but it's for the People's Democratic Republic of Trader Joe's. That's what I wrote, and it gave me that. AI is insane. But look what it just gave me 45 seconds after I read None the Miser's joke. It's amazing that AI can do this. I said, give me a poster for a U-Haul, a moving truck rental, but it's for alcoholics.
Perfect. It already had some shit like, oh, we've done this before.
Look, it even wrote fucking jokes at the bottom. Look what it wrote. Extra cup holders, one-way rentals to the next bar. We won't judge your cargo. Drink responsibly, don't drink and drive. It's tried to say seriously.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, brew haul your brews, not your blues. Yeah, so yeah. How much do you use AI? I use it every day as a super Google. Because like
I don't know. I use it, to look shit up pretty often, yeah.
Yeah. It's a godsend for writing. I'm writing a novel. I'm close to 13,000 words in. It's going to be about 70,000, 80,000 words. A real 250-page novel. It's so much fun what I'm writing. But I want to know stuff about military battleships. I want to know about cracking a safe. I want to know how far this city is from this city. I want to just okay, but who would be the top guy if there was a valuable artifact stolen that belonged to the state of California? Who would go after it? State police, FBI? It told me all about the FBI crime division for art pieces and all that. I didn't know that. So that's why I made the character. It's like Google, but someone does all the work for you, Googling. You just kind of tell it what you're after, and then it just looks it all up. And then you need to double check because AIs do lie. They do make shit up occasionally. So double check what it tells you with another source. So,
and it's good that it's not just, it doesn't just give you what year did this happen? It happened in 1943. It kind of elaborates, tells you in a cool way. AI is cool, and I feel like we're just in the infancy of AI.
Yeah, we're in nothing here with AI. It's
pretty soon it'll just be taking thoughts out of your mind. I know what you want, you fucking weirdo. Here.
Well, that's step one. You know what step two will be?
Thank you.
It'll brainwave you with delta waves or whatever waves, electromagnetic waves in your brain, and tell you what you want.
Yeah, tell you what you want. Tell you what.
Tell you what you want. What I really, really want.
I'll tell you what you want. What you really, really want.
I want to.
Yes, AI.
Whatever happened to them?
I mean, hopefully they, like many other groups, I hope they invested their money right, and they're doing okay in the UK. I know Scary Spice. What's her fucking name? She has a baby with Eddie Murphy, so she's.
Is she Mel B?
Mel B, that's her name.
Yeah,
she's doing all right. She got a baby with Eddie Murphy. So,
who was the hottest Spice Girl? They weren't my thing. Was it Posh Spice?
You know what? In all that. People, I think most people would say, what's her name? Fucking Posh Spice.
Right.
But I don't think so.
I'm going to look at these. Let's look at these. Hopefully my wife isn't currently watching because we're going to be talking about women here for a minute.
Spice Girls. Huh?
Is my wife watching the show? Because I saw her in the chat earlier.
Whoops. Saying all that. I probably say, what's her name? You got Posh Spice.
Yeah.
What Baby Spice? That's a weird one.
Baby Spice is the blonde in the front, and then there's Scary Spice in the back.
Sporty Spice
and Ginger Spice.
Ginger Spice. I'd say Ginger Spice is the cutest one.
I would say Posh or Ginger 1 and 1A, and then Mel B is B, and then the other two. I mean, you could, the other two are not my cup of tea. So.
No, I think Ginger Spice is the prettiest one because. What's her name? Posh Spice. She's cool, but she's like fucking a POW. She's all emaciated and shit.
Yeah. The bonus for the dog, the meat is for the man.
Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like it.
Yeah.
So that's what I say.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe it is ginger. Maybe it's posh.
That's what I fucking say.
Well, when you add a smile, that always adds at least a half a point to a woman. You know, when they
And
look
then
kind.
that's David Beckham's woman.
That is true.
That's a handsome sumbitch too.
I realize subconsciously every celebrity marriage, I just assume they're divorced by now.
Yeah, because that's
Like,
what
if you said,
happens.
oh, that was
divorced.
David Beckham's wife. I'd be like, yeah, of course they're divorced because that's what
Of
everyone
course
in
they are.
Hollywood does. So
Yeah. I don't know. You think it might have anything to do with, especially if it's a really good looking man like a David Beckham, even though he's not divorced. But
well,
you know,
we've
these guys,
talked about
because
this. We've talked about this. I'll let you go, but we've talked about what you saw working at the radio station when the rappers would show up. The women would turn into animals, genuine, unrestrained sexual desire. I saw it in person at the Aquaman movie premiere in 2018. Jason Momoa came like to the center of the big part of the party. It was the Roosevelt Hotel. They put a clear acrylic floor over the swimming pool there. So we're walking on water, and there were other areas and too. But he came to the center of that swimming pool that had a bar on top of it and everything. And I saw women turn into animals, and I'm not kidding you. That thing you see on TV where they shake and pass out at a Michael Jackson concert and they're taken away on a stretcher. I saw that from 5 feet away in real life. It's the only time I've seen it. I couldn't believe it was real. Multiple women, like couldn't even talk. Just turned into, I don't know what, puddle of goo. Why did I bring that up? My description was too colorful. What the fuck were you talking? We were talking about it, and then I brought up the radio and I don't know. You were saying something, and I
we're saying why the celebrities get divorced because they have all this access to women.
So what if Jericho Green, the political commentator come comedian, what if you blow up and you're like Bill Burr, you're like a Chappelle, you're selling out arenas and all that? You're gonna just have to tell your bodyguards, like, don't even bring ladies around because my wife is gonna beat them up, you know.
Well, you don't have to be on quite that level to have that issue, because my wife and I started dating a month before I started working at the radio station.
Oh.
So once I got on air, which was like 11 months after I started as an intern, and then was there for a while. And one day they come in, my assistant promotion director, or the promotion director, he sticks his head in the office and he goes, "Hey, this weekend you're on the air, so don't fuck it up." He closed the door. So I was like, all right. So they kind of gave me a little crash course on the working the controls and shit. And I did it. So if everybody starts getting buried, you're like 2 to 6 a.m. on a Sunday morning. Like nobody's fucking listening. Right. And you come on right before the real estate radio talk.
Or the Italian guys with the betting tips, sports betting.
Yeah.
This is my Gold Star 5 Red Hammer lock of the week. I heard it. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm Tony Gorgiani from New York Sports Bet. I'm going to tell you all the locks for this Sunday. Write it down.
Yeah. So you're before that guy. But you cut your teeth, you work on your game, and then you start getting closer and closer to daylight, blah, blah, blah. And then you start getting your own shows. So yeah, on a local level, I was famous. I used to sign autographs and get recognized sometimes. So yeah. And like I said, you don't need arena fame to have that. There were times I had to tell ladies, "Hey, I got a woman. You need to chill."
Did you ever get asked to sign like cleavage?
Man, never no tits. But I've signed all kinds of other stuff. I've signed like people's arms and stuff. So yeah.
Yeah, I never signed a body at Comic-Con, but I've signed thousands and thousands and thousands of comic books, but never a body. No, just comics and people's like personal sketch autograph books, I guess. So.
Yeah, and I've run into people. I've been recognized, after doing the YouTube thing in public and stuff a few times. So,
really? Oh, that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah, my kids are like, "Dad, can we go now?" But I remember my son, he was like 4, and he was like, we're at the wharf, and he just walks over and sits on the bench. He's like, "Ugh, come on, Dad," because your kids don't see that. You're just dad. You're not Jericho Green. You're just dad.
Yeah, in my comics career, I've never been offended, but my kids really were not interested in comic books very much at all. You know, just like they had just a very casual appreciation for, Batman, like anyone else. I'm sitting here like inking pages for a Superman comic in my house with them, and they're like, what? Hey, Dad, you busy? Oh, okay, I'll come back later. Like, I don't know. That was weird to me. You'd think, I don't know. I would have flipped if it was my dad, but of course I love drawing. So, Secretary
that'd be a little
says,
different.
I'll let you sign my forehead. Well, there you go.
All right, whatever. I'm down.
There you go.
Sign your cranium for you.
Sign his dome.
But it's weird. It's not something that you ever get used to. Having people, maybe, on a bigger level, these celebrities who are super famous for years, maybe they get used to it. But on whatever level I'm at, you don't get used to it.
I love being comic book famous. I go to convention for 3-4 days. Tons of people come up. I love you. I love this Green Lantern you did, or your, EMPYREAN or Dean Cain, or all my big man, whatever. They want the autograph. They want to take a picture, and I can drive to Vaughn's and buy, yogurt if I need to, and no one will bother me.
That's the cool part too.
Perfect kind of famous. You are famous when you choose to go to the Comic-Con, and then that's it. So.
Yeah, you're famous when you're doing what you're famous for.
Right, and you can have dinner with your wife at a nice restaurant, and there are people like.
And nobody gives a shit. Yeah, but hold it together, people. Hold it together.
Yeah. So
act like you fucking been here before.
I do think being like Michael Jordan famous or something, like that might be hell,
After a while,
Elon Musk is the richest man in the world, and he can't just go through a drive-through McDonald's if he wanted to. I'm not saying he wants to eat there. He's a billionaire. He could eat filet for every meal. But if he just wanted to walk into a 7-Eleven and buy a Snickers, because that's what he really felt like having, he can't do that.
Nope.
His life is in danger, unfortunately, just doing a simple thing like that. That sucks.
But what's the trade-off?
Would you be the richest man in the world with that kind of influence and power, and then you can't go anywhere in public, basically, without super armed security, and you can't just be anonymous?
Yeah. Because the trade-off is you have hundreds of billions of dollars.
Hold on.
And I just thought of something. You know what I do?
Huh. No, go ahead. No, you finish that thought. Sorry.
You'd have the money to build your own town and populate it with actors who will ignore you when you go to the grocery store.
Make your own Truman Show.
Yeah, fuck yeah. Fuck
well,
that.
No,
I
he can. Do that. I realize I'm totally wrong. He can go to 7-Eleven anywhere he wants all the time. He is so wealthy. He could get those CIA quality makeup and all that, disguise, and then go into 7-Eleven, and his armed mercenary guards, they're also there, but you don't recognize them. They just look like normal people. So you are right there, and he's getting 2 hot dogs for $3.50, 2 Johnsonville cheddar jalapeno dogs at 7-Eleven. Elon Musk is in front of you buying those, and you have no idea because he's got a curly ginger wig and glasses, and it's like beyond Hollywood quality disguise. So I guess he could go out and do that.
But he could never have just his bare face.
Right.
Just be himself without, like you said, an army around him.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate because, he has to do that to maintain his safety. But he can never just go out without, some kind of fucking, I'm sure, obviously he can afford, Hollywood level makeup. That's one thing I always thought was cool watching TV shows and shit, because every show has its Halloween edition, Christmas.
Right.
Well, Halloween is always cool because they have the actors have a Hollywood makeup, so their costumes are always super fucking cool.
Right.
The makeup, the werewolf, whatever they were, always look awesome. I was like, man, I want to have the money to, if you wanted to have like Hollywood level makeup done for Halloween.
With that kind of money, let's say you're the richest man in the world. You're almost a trillionaire, Jericho.
Almost.
What would be the focus of your life at that point? Would it be philanthropy? Would it just be pleasure until you burn out your pleasure circuits in your brain? What do you think you would end up being like? Would you be like Elon Musk and like, fuck the money, I'm trying to make civilization better. I buy Twitter for billions. I'm Starlink. I'm trying to get human beings on other planets in case something ever happens to Earth. Like, he seems like he's on a mission to better humanity, and he doesn't seem that obsessed with being a luxurious snob, Do you think you could handle that kind of money, or Do you think they'd find you in a pile of cocaine and, in a Jericho Green found in a hotel, blah, blah, blah? Like,
It was like, ugh, I'll gack the fuck out. I mean, a younger Jericho, yeah, but now, no, I wouldn't be into that kind of shit. I would spend my time doing philanthropic work.
Now,
I
would you affect that accent of the posh East Coasters? Would you have the Thurston Howell accent to go with the money?
Oh yeah, for sure. I'm going to change.
Okay.
I'm definitely going to fucking change. A lot of top hats and monocles and
Okay.
cloaks.
Would you have a monocle closet at your house?
Yeah, where I have all these different designs and frames and handles and all kinds of shit.
One of my friends.
Oh, whoa. Like the lady in what was that movie? Return to Oz?
Yeah.
The lady who had all the different heads and shit. I would have all these different monocles and cloaks like fucking Jack the Ripper.
I know a guy. I may have told you this before, but I'll try and give you some anonymity here. I know a guy who's quite wealthy. He has a multi-million-dollar home on a golf course. And a beautiful home. I've been to it a few times. He has a waterfall inside of his house.
Not
He has a
bad.
water wall. It's this beautiful stone wall, like 12 feet tall or taller, probably 20 feet wide. And you push a button and water comes down it. And there's like some LED lighting he can turn on. And he showed it to me. And it was, I've never seen a waterfall in somebody's house. It was pretty awesome. So,
Well, if you're going to have one.
it was
Why not
next
put
to
it in the
their
house?
walk-in upstairs, a wine cellar that had glass walls, so you could see all the wine standing outside of it. And then you walk in, and it's cold in this room with hundreds of bottles of wine. It was right next to that, the waterfall. Oh, hey, buddy, where's the wine? Oh, it's just past the waterfall.
If you make it to the waterfall, you've gone too far, darling.
Like, what are we
Oh,
in a
thank
fairy tale here?
I was like, oh, sorry. Turn left at the humidor. But I have been to a very wealthy person, not a rich person,
Wealthy.
a wealthy person.
Right.
I've been to a wealthy person's house for a UFC fight watch party, and yeah, it's a different league. It's different amenities on the house. Just shit you've never thought of because most people don't have that kind of money, and just how nice everything was, and all the convenient things for everything, all the latest shit.
Right.
They had a pad under the carport that you walk in the house and push a button and the entire concrete pad turns your car around and faces it the other way. Indoor movie theater, the whole nine. Wine cellar, bowling alley, elevator, or you walk down the clear steps with their initials and LED lights on each step.
Jeez.
Crazy shit. It looked like the lawn was cut with scissors. Just everything was perfect.
Wow. Yeah. I'm trying to think. I think the waterfall is the most luxurious thing I've ever seen in someone's house. Although my son went to the most expensive private school in San Diego, and not because we were millionaires, but because he got like perfect grades in middle school and he was really good at football. So I applied there, and he basically went on scholarship to the private school here. We paid $400 a month is what we paid for it. That school is not $400 a month. That school is
A little bit more.
That school, I think probably now, don't quote me, is close to $40,000 a year, that school. Yeah. And at the time we sent him, it was over 30-something thousand. Again, we paid $400 a month. We would go to events at his classmates' homes. And these are estates. They're not homes. There's an area in San Diego called Rancho Santa Fe. And you'll have multi-acre things. It's a compound. It's not a home. There's a home. And there's one of the people, we went to their house. They hosted a party for the football team there. They had an outdoor barbecue area building that had a full kitchen, had the sink and like dishwashers, refrigerators, had like some barbecue grills on it. But it was like hacienda style where it's a building, but then like the front house is open to the air so you can barbecue and you don't have to keep opening a door. This outdoor barbecue station was bigger than the house I live in right now.
Damn.
I live in a normal, middle-class house, multiple bedrooms, blah, blah, blah. It's a nice house. Their outdoor barbecue is bigger than my house, dude.
Damn.
And I don't begrudge them. Whatever, dude. That's God bless them. But
Yeah, good for them.
I'd never seen something like that. That is crazy. And it wasn't the only outdoor barbecue area they had. They had another one like half the size or something like that. But
Well, you got it. You can't just have one out. What are you, a peasant? You got to have
you
more
don't
than one
expect
outdoor
me to walk
barbecue.
all the way over there for a hot dog.
Ew,
When I'm
no,
on
of
this
course
side of the
not.
pool, I want hot dogs here. When I'm over there, I want hot dogs there. It's not hard to understand.
Make it so.
Bring me one of the hot dogs from the North barbecue.
From the North barbecue, right away. Yeah, so we had a good friend of ours. Her parents had a house up on a hill overlooking like the valley. The sunsets were crazy, and their backyard overlooked that. And he had an outdoor kitchen, and so for a couple years, every time we go over there, I put in this, I put in that. Next week we're getting this, or we're modeling the kitchen. So one day everything was done, and I went over there. Oh man, the oven they put in, the outdoor kitchen had an oven, a grill, sink, music, plenty of counter space. Man, it was so fucking nice. I was like, dude, everything would be barbecued. Everything would be cooked outside. I would never cook in the house again. Had an island, a huge island with a sink in it, to cut up stuff, whatever you got to do. Man, it was awesome. And then their kitchen in the house, which they remodeled at the same time, was equally amazing.
Yeah. Have you ever been to Hearst Castle in San Simeon?
Oh yeah.
I've been there once in November. It was just amazing. For those of you that don't know, William Randolph Hearst, one of the richest people in the history of the world, he had a newspaper and media empire. There still is the Hearst Foundation around. Anyway, he built Hearst Castle in San Simeon. That's 6 hours north of San Diego, up the coast, right there on the water in San Simeon. And you go there, you take a tour. It's not that much money. It's really, really amazing.
Mm-hmm.
It is and it's like a castle. And he worked with this female architect. She was one of the first like major female architects ever. Guys, this is like 100 years ago or whatever. It's like back in the 1920s, I think. And I think he built it all the way up to the 50s. He worked on it for almost 30 years, adding and adding. And he would bring artifacts from Europe and the ceiling of a Catholic church from Spain. And, these frescoes, like the wall frescoes and pillars. And movies have been filmed there. I think Lady Gaga or Cardi B made a video there. Like, you've seen the swimming pool. It's been in movies. It's been in music videos. But we went to his underground swimming that is under the tennis court, of course, because why not? It's, bigger than like 5 Olympic pools. And the tiles on the floor in this place, Jericho, have designs of sea life, fish and octopi and all that. They're mosaic, little squares. And to make the fish and the filigree and the little designs, they use gold tiles. There's gold in the tiles to make the design against the blue tiles. And
the indoor pool, right? The indoor pool?
The semi-indoor, outdoor one. Yeah, they're gold in the floor. Everywhere. Millions of tiles. This guy was rich beyond belief. Insane, dude. And yes, Rosebud. Yeah, you got to go see Citizen Kane. That's the movie loosely based on him. But yes, gold in the floor. I was shocked and amazed at how this place was. I thought it was one of the most amazing places I've been. I would definitely have to go back and check it out again, because there are 3 tours.
Awesome.
Yeah, there are 3 tours you can do, and we only did one of the 3, my wife and I. So, but I thought it was just here, I found an image. I was trying to find an image of it. So these tiles right here, I'll bring them up on the screen. These are gold. Hold on.
And the 200-seat dining room table that he had.
Right. Okay.
Well, that's the celebrities back in the day, and the powerful people would go to his place, for the weekend,
right?
Parties and shit.
It was so funny too when they talked to us about the culture of the time. You were talking like almost a century ago, right? And you couldn't just have an affair, but all the governors and senators and movie stars, they all had mistresses. So he would design these rooms where it was a bedroom, like the fanciest furniture, old dressers from Europe. Again, the ceiling from a Catholic church or the ceiling from some historic European building. He would buy all these things, have them taken apart, mark the pieces by number, and then reassemble them in his house. It was amazing. And
he had a zoo too.
Right. He had the zoo there. But the bedrooms for his guests who were there with their friend, you didn't have one bed shared with the man and a woman. That'd be scandal. So they'd have a bedroom with its own bathroom, all the decoration, and then it'd have a little joining room that was like a coffee room to sit in and talk and all that. And then that coffee room would lead to another bedroom. And that's how you were with your girlfriend behind your wife's back. So That's how that was accomplished. So,
yeah, it was quite the spot back then.
Yeah.
I remember one of the little, the little tidbits of info they give you on the tour. They said it would take, because of the speed of trucks at the time, it would take 2 to 3 hours to get up the hill with
Really?
supplies at one time. I'm like, 2 to 3 hours?
Oh,
Holy shit. But yeah, and you got to think about that. Back then, technology wasn't anything like it is now. So the whole building
Wow.
process took a long ass time. But what a place. I remember one of the guest houses was like bigger than most people's homes that they live in. And this was just a place for you to crash on the weekend. It was crazy.
it was bigger than
So
that
crazy.
outdoor barbecue I saw.
Yeah, and then his daughter, Patty, she got in a little bit of
The Symbionese Liberation Army.
yeah, she got in an issue years
Right.
later.
Oh, well, here's his office where he ran the empire from, and this photo doesn't do it justice. It was so big. Hold on, let me bring it up there. And then he had books lining the shelves, thousands of books. He had an original Tale of Two Cities, Charles Dickens. I think it's the blue one there. An original. The weirdest thing about him, because he was a powerful, angry, like resentful control freak, is the way that they kind of talk about him. It's unfortunate the way they kind of assassinate his character. I don't know if it's true. Obviously, I didn't know the guy. This is next to his bed. And I took that photograph of, I think that's his father. He had a photograph of his father and his mother next to the head, next to the wall by the head of his bed. But you see the lamp there? Do you know what these papers are? That lamp, I thought this was disturbing as hell because I don't know what it means. The two lamps that flank his bed in his bedroom are indentured servitude documents, slave documents.
Damn.
So did
So
he
I'm
see
talking
like
about-
all other humans and people and employees as like, you're beneath me, like you're my slaves? But the lampshades in his room were the documents for slavery stuff.
Mhm.
So I don't know.
I mean, that's a pretty interesting thing to make your lampshade out of.
Yeah,
That's for sure. That's some artistic expression there.
It's definitely a choice.
Damn.
Yeah, I thought
He's like,
that
no, don't give me that. Give me the fucking slave document
I
lampshade.
thought that was weird.
There we
I thought
go.
that was very weird. Wildcats 420, bro.
Dude.
He wants to know my thoughts and yours, Jericho, on DC Comics and Paramount. So for those of you that don't know, Paramount successfully outbid Netflix for Warner Brothers because Netflix is basically controlled by the Obamas. Thank goodness Paramount won. Now, Paramount does put out some woke stuff. I haven't seen it, but I've heard horrible things about their far left weirdo Star Trek that they're doing now that nobody wants to watch and all this stuff. But they also do have Skydance, and Skydance gave us like Top Gun Maverick and this and that. I know through people I know in Hollywood, people I'm friends with, that Larry Ellison and David Ellison, I think it's publicly known that Larry Ellison, the father, he's one of the founders of Oracle Computer Systems. So he's very wealthy. They are the guys that head up Paramount and all that, and they are the guys with the investors from the Middle East that bought Warner Brothers. So that tells me, hopefully, we'll get more Top Gun Maverick and less forced woke diversity nonsense at DC Comics and all that. But DC Comics has kind of pulled away from that in the last year. They have a new line of books called All In. And to me, I haven't read them, but I've seen them. They look more like a manga kind of style where it's over the top. Like the Joker's like this beast that's like 9 feet tall and like it's like more crazy. Like they put hot sauce all over the comics. Batman has spikes all over his shoulders and has a big axe. Wonder Woman is 8 feet tall because she's an Amazonian. And they just like turn the turbo up on the comics. And I don't hear a lot of woke stuff. There might be, but I haven't heard that. So maybe they already saw the writing on the wall at DC and they're moving away. But I think with Paramount being in charge, and thank goodness not the Obama-led Netflix, there's hope. There's hope for it to just return to adventures. No more lectures, left wing, right wing, chicken wing, nothing. Just entertain people. I talked about that on Twitter today. Someone was accusing my good friend of Eric July of making an anti-woke combo company. And I corrected him and said, no, it's not. At the very beginning, when the only people who worked for Rippaverse were me and Cliff Richards and Eric Weathers and Eric July, the boss, we spoke, me and Eric July, one time before we did a spot on Fox News about we're not going on there to say we're anti-woke. We're going on there to say we're not woke, and if you read you read my comics, they don't say I hate you because you're a Democrat. My comics are like Indiana Jones, Lethal Weapon, Predator, Back to the Future. They're just adventures with the universal heroism. That's it.
Let me entertain you. That's all.
That's
Whoever
it.
you are, let me entertain you.
Let me thrill you, and I'm not going to call you stupid because we happen to disagree on politics. You want to talk politics, we talk it separately. My comics are not the place for that. They have my morals and values in them, but one of the slogans that I've come up with for my company is other stories give you a lecture, our stories give you an adventure. And I believe in that fully because as a writer and an illustrator, I want to write the kind of comics that I want to read. And I want to read Raiders of the Lost Ark. I want to make things like that. I don't want to make fucking lecture about use my pronouns or fucking lecture that you're a filthy communist and I hate left wing. Nobody wants that. Because if I made that stuff, far right, anti-left, it's no different than the whatever they were doing at Disney and Warner's. It's just the other side of the same shitty coin. So no, I don't do that. I don't want to do that. And I hope that that's what Paramount influences them to do. Hollywood is pretty left-leaning, but we were able to tolerate them for a long time. And then they went off the board with wokeism and cancel culture and all the stuff. Hopefully the Ellisons, who a personal friend of mine, a very good Hollywood insider friend of mine, told me that they're not wokies, that he knows David Ellison personally, and they're not wokies like that. So I have it secondhand. I don't know if it's true. We'll see. We'll see. So again, it's what I've been told. Who knows? So I'm hopeful. I'm just so glad Netflix get a hold of it. I'm so glad.
We're all hopeful for that. And you mentioned Maverick. Yeah, just take whatever Maverick did and do that because it made $1 gajillion and it was in the theaters for like 6 months.
Yeah.
That's any movie company's dream to have their movie in the theaters for 6 months. So
quietly, that movie at the time, I'm sure it's maybe been passed now in the 5 or 6 years since it's come out. It ended up being the 5th highest grossing movie of all time. Like up there with the Avengers and different things. Like, what? It's like, yeah, I guess it was in theaters that long, and that's all we want. Was that movie, we hate left-wing progressives, we hate feminists. The movie didn't say anything like that. It was an adventure. That's it. That's it. It was heroism. That's it.
Let me entertain you. That's all.
The only super right-wing thing I thought was the female pilot was a bad pilot, and she's the only one that crashed. I saw her crash. I was like, based.
Makes sense.
I was like, makes sense.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Female movie.
Very real. This movie's very realistic.
Yeah, the movie's too realistic. I mean, come on.
The realism.
But, I kid. But no, I don't want to make lectures in my work. That's fucking boring. It's entertainment.
Nobody likes to lecture, even if it's your own children. Nobody likes to lecture. Well, no decent person likes to lecture.
Can you imagine you're sitting like, oh man, I wish someone would lecture me right now.
Oh, you know what would get me fucking horny?
Yeah, I wish my wife would nag me about some honeydew thing in the house that I haven't fixed yet. My wife is a saint, as you know.
More.
I had a broken thing on my kitchen faucet, the drain. It was bad, and it had a little leak because the drain had come loose. And we didn't put water down that side of the sink for like 3 weeks, maybe a little longer. Because I would look at it and go, okay, I got to buy the piece. And then I go draw and write. And then, oh, yeah, I got to buy it. And you know what? She didn't nag me once. And she should have. Half the kitchen sink was unusable, and I didn't fix it. It took me like over a month. And then when I did it, it took fucking 10 minutes to fix. And I was ashamed of myself.
But it's kind of out of sight, out of mind. When you're not looking at it, you're not thinking about it.
Right. It's that light bulb in the hall that you don't change for 2 weeks because you're like, oh, yeah, I need a new light bulb.
But you're headed the wrong direction. You're like, I'll get it. And then shit, as soon as you turn around, that shit's out of your mind. Right. I had the inside of my windshield was all fogged up and like dirty, whatever. So whenever headlights would hit it, it would like, glare. And I was like, fuck. And I kept saying, man, I need to. The other day I got home and I was like, oh, I remember. I went and got that Windex, hooked that shit up.
Yeah.
Nice.
So now my wife is happily doing the dishes, or not doing them. You got to rinse them and then stick them in the washing machine, which, by the way, scientists out there, we got to the moon. We got like instant, satellite broadband communication. We've got AI making me hilarious posters off a 1-sentence prompt. Can you make a washing machine where we don't rinse the dishes first? I know you advertise them and claim them that way, but everyone knows it doesn't work. The spaghetti sauce and the shit's not going to come all the way off with just the washing machine.
Yeah, come on.
And we make one where I could throw a full plate of food in my dishwasher. That's what I fantasize about.
Yeah,
You
and
know?
that shit comes out. Bing, bing, bing,
Bones and
sparkling.
everything.
Sparkling, everything.
Yeah, gets rid of the bones, all of it.
And after it's been sitting on the counter overnight, or the ketchup gets hard.
Napkins, just throw everything in there. Somehow it cleans
everything. Everything. Even if I end up throwing some laundry in there, just fucking come out clean. Why can't we do that? Huh? Why can't we do that?
What is the worst house chore? Is it scrubbing, cleaning like the toilet in the bathroom, standing and doing the dishes? Laundry's easy. That's stupid. Mowing the yard. Which is the one you hate? To me, it's standing and washing dishes. I'm glad I have a wonderful Bosch dishwasher, but standing and washing dishes, I can't stand it.
Yeah, I'd rather be mowing the lawn.
I hate yard work. I hate it. I won't do it. I have a gardener. And in my defense, when I was 12 years old, I went to Colorado for the summer, as I would always go visit my dad there. And I got home back to San Diego because school was about to start at the beginning of September. And on a Saturday morning, I thought I was watching cartoons and eating cereal and messing around with my brother. No. My mom comes into my room and wakes me up early on a Saturday, like 6:30. Your cousin, who's 6 years older than me. So if I was 12, he was 18. Your cousin Tim is coming to pick you and Abe, my brother, pick you guys up. You're mowing yards with him. Like, what do you mean I'm mowing yards? I'm like, that's your job now. My mom just gave me a job. So every Saturday, my brother, my cousin Tim, Mike Yohi, my cousin Tim's best friend from high school, who was also like 18, we would mow 30 to 40 yards in about 10 hours on Saturdays. Pick weeds, pick leaves, trim things, do the edger, do the blower, all that stuff. And that is why I refuse to do yard work, because I did an ass full of it.
Traumatized?
An ass full of it for like almost 4 years. No, thank you. No thanks.
Almost 4 years.
4 years.
I did that shit
40,
my whole childhood.
40. Wait, hold on. 40. Well, I mowed the yard at my house since I was little and all the way through, but 40 yards times, let's say 45 weeks a year, right? You probably take a couple weeks off. Let's do the math here. So 40 times, we'll be fair, 45, not every week of the year, times 4 equals 7,200 yards. Don't you ever question me about hating yards.
No.
Don't you
for
ever?
4 years? No, I did harder work than that for years.
No.
And much more difficult. I wish all I had to do was mow lawns.
I did plenty of hard work. I'm saying this specific thing really bothered me. I think it's because it was Saturdays and I was a kid.
Oh, yeah, that's prime time.
Yeah, that was Ninja Turtles and Captain Crunch. What are we doing?
Like, hey, who wants to go do yard work instead of watching cartoons on a Saturday? I do.
Right. And it was early. That was the worst part.
Yeah.
7 a.m. we have to start. 7,200 yards and yards, and I got paid $4 an hour.
That good.
$4 an hour. Oh. But my cousin Tim would take us to Godfather's Pizza for lunch, and they had like an all-you-eat pizza buffet for like $9.99.
Worth it.
I was a hungry teenager. I could put away probably like an entire pizza.
Worth it.
Yeah. I remember we were to a church picnic, and my brother ate 2 medium pizzas and drank a 2-liter bottle of soda, and then threw it all up instantly.
Damn. Yeah, dude.
Well, kids were egging him on. It's like, eat more, eat more, eat more. Dude, and he finished the second pizza, and then this kid's like, now chug this Pepsi or whatever it was. And I remember my brother going like this, Jerry, he's holding it up like a baby with a bottle. Just 2 liters of Mountain Dew or Pepsi or whatever. And he gets 80% through that and then gives it all back.
That's coming back up.
Erupting. Pizza crust, pepperonis, Mountain Dew, all of it. A big stew. Yeah. Wasn't great.
Yeah. You get to taste that pizza twice.
That's twice as nice. What's the worst you've ever done eating? Where you ate so much you were ashamed of yourself?
So many. I remember as a kid one time, I kept asking people, hey, if you don't want your fish sticks, I'll eat them. So I had this pile of fish sticks on my tray.
What's the context? Where are you that there's unlimited fish sticks?
I was in the cafeteria in like 4th grade.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, oh, you want my fish sticks? Like, I'll take them. And then I just had this massive pile of fish sticks on my tray.
You were the fish stick king with like 30
yeah, for like one lunch period. Then I ate so many. I was like, I don't ever want to see another fucking fish stick in my life. That shit was so nasty. And I ate a bunch of Burrito Supremes one time. Oh, dude, keep going. So I had Burrito Supremes coming out of my fucking face. Oh, shit was gross. It was a good idea at the time, though, right?
Right. The only thing that grossed me out that I can remember was I ate, those Maui potato chips. There's a
Oh, yeah, the
brand.
good ones.
They're really good. And there's a purple like Maui onion.
Oh, the sweet onion, yeah.
Sweet onion. It's got a purple thing. It's got the Hawaiian people like in that outrigger rowboat, whatever it's called, that native boat.
The out what?
I don't outrigger.
Oh, rigger.
Oh,
Okay.
well,
Right.
not that kind of shit.
Man, you have to say it that way. You have to say that.
Oh, one of those rigger boats,
Yeah. Oh, well, all right. That's enough.
And this was, I'm not proud of this because this wasn't when I was little. This is 2009 or 10. So I was already grown, 34 years old, probably 30, 33. I ate the entire bag on my lunch when I worked at DC Comics.
Yeah.
I proceeded to throw up onion potato chips. And I don't think I've really had them. I see him at the store and it's like seeing an old girl that cheated on me. Like, I loved you. I loved you.
How could you do that to me?
How could you do that? How could you make me eat the whole bag and throw you up?
Oh, dude, one time I did we had a Costco near my work and we got a slice of pizza and a Costco dog. That was too much.
How little were you? Because I could do that as an adult.
I think in my early 20s. I could do it, yeah. But then to go back to work after that, ugh.
Oh, okay.
Oh my goodness. I was so stuffed. But it was delicious.
Yeah, that
Costco dog and a slice of Costco pizza? Yeah. Sign me up.
It's nice. I like the chicken bake. Chicken bake.
That's good too. Everything's good. The cookie, the swirl ice cream, the fucking berry ice cream thing they have. The pretzels, everything is delicious at Costco. Fucking nailed it.
And I see on YouTube this guy, like his name is Shopo Cho, and he's this Korean guy from LA, and he travels all over eating, and he loves going to Costco, but he goes international. He'll go to Korean Costco, French Costco. He'll go to I've been to it, the Costco in Tijuana, Mexico, right there right by where I live here. And they do have different stuff on the menus. It's like an analog to what we have. What I remember about the Mexican one is they have jalapenos and mayo for your hot dog.
What the fuck?
I guess that's how they do it. I guess that's
jalapenos I get, but fucking mayo.
Do you know what a TJ dog is? Do they do TJ dogs up there where you live?
I don't think so.
A Tijuana hot dog?
Does it have bacon on it and shit?
Yeah, that's okay. It's rolled in bacon and then fried in a pan so the grease bubbles up and like kind of gets not a deep fry, but a shallow fry with onions and like peppers. So that's a TJ dog, But they're all over Los Angeles, and they're usually outside of nightclubs at 2 a.m. when you stumble out of a nightclub. You could smell the onions and the hot dog roasting,
But that's too much. You can't even taste all that shit. The mayo and the bacon. Like, dude, ketchup,
I'd eat it.
Mustard.
I like it. I like the mayo. I like the mayo on the hot dog. I do. I think it's good.
Ew.
Yeah.
Ketchup, mustard, relish, and onion. That's it. That's the perfect hot dog.
It is. It is the perfect hot dog. It is.
Even ketchup and mustard. But
that's enough.
Man, oh man. Man, oh man.
That is enough. That is enough. Yeah. I don't know. Thinking about my go-to. We always devolve into food when we're up here, don't we?
Is it devolving?
I'm starving.
Is it evolving? Or is it
I barely ate today. Barely ate today, and I'm gonna go just kill some food after this show is over.
Yeah,
but
I get it. I made some chicken meatballs.
Ooh,
tear those bad boys up.
Like a good meatball in a good gravy. What kind of gravy do you have on? Do you have like a tomato gravy or like a chicken gravy, or how is this going?
Tomato. We'll crush tomatoes, some tomato paste, garlic, parsley, a little olive oil.
How do you get enough fat? Because chicken can be pretty lean. How do you add a bunch of olive oil, or what are we doing?
I add some egg yolks, a little buttermilk.
Oh,
a little olive oil or avocado oil.
Okay.
Yeah, especially those egg yolks. It gives it some body. Because it's like 93.7 the ground chicken that I use.
Yeah.
So
I saw there was another YouTube channel I watched. It's called Japan Eat. He just eats at every restaurant in 7-Eleven in Japan and reviews it. He's usually pretty funny. It's like a 1-minute shorts. And he went to this one Chinese place, I believe, and they had a dish of like scrambled eggs with chicken in them, and it was called Mother and Child or something on the menu.
Ooh, that's fucked up.
Yeah, that's kind of
that's dark. What the fuck? You're fucking gross.
This is disgusting. Rem Dog
Damn.
says, I like a blend of West Virginia dog and Arizona dog. West
The hell's
Virginia
that?
sweet sauce and bacon. I don't know what West Virginia sweet sauce is. I'm going to look that up really quick. West
West Virginia
Virginia.
sweet sauce.
West Virginia sweet sauce. West Virginia sweet sauce typically refers to either a uniquely sweet and savory meat-based hot dog chili, often containing sugar, ketchup, and chili powder. Oh, okay. So it's kind of like a smoky chili ketchup. Okay. Well, there you go.
All right.
A hot dog sounds amazing right now. You know, and I'll even eat like a junky 7-Eleven hot dog. I'll even eat those. I don't mind that at all. I think it's fine. You know, just been rolling. It's been rolling for like 3-4 hours on those things, you know.
Oh yeah, you want a good 24 to 48 hour slow roast on your hot dog.
Well, that's how you get the nice crust on it. I like to refer to it as bark. That's how you get the bark on it.
Hey, be patient, and you will have the perfect crust on your the perfect leathery, crunchy crust on your hot dog.
Dude, I accidentally shoplifted hot dogs once when I was 18, and from a 7-Eleven. I went there on my lunch break. I worked at an assembly line for Hewlett Packard. I was the safety and electrostatic discharge manager. I did not actually assemble the printers. I just helped manage the 80 or 90 people, Filipino mothers that did. And I went to a 7-Eleven that was a mile away on my break with my friend, but you had a half-hour lunch. So we go in, I make 2 hot dogs, ketchup, mustard, jalapenos, I think I put. And there's a lot of people in line. And we were like staring down the barrel of like 7 minutes left to get back to work. But I'm hungry. So I just eat the hot dogs while I'm in line, eat. Finally, we get to the cashier and my friend pays for their stuff. And I forget to pay for mine because I finished eating it 5 minutes ago and I don't have anything. So I walk out, I go back to work, and I stick my hand in my pocket and I feel the money I had ready to pay the cashier. It was 2 for 99 cents. I remember it was like a $2, 2 for 99 cents on Tuesday, man. This is 1998. And I'm like, I freak out. Am I going to get arrested? Am I on camera? Oh my God, I ate those hot dogs.
Death penalty.
So I take the change that was in my pocket. I go to a payphone and I call the guy. And he's got to be like an Iranian guy or some Arab guy or something. I'm like, oh, I told him everything happened. It was an accident. I was so sorry. He said, you're very honest, man. You're welcome in my store anytime you want.
That's cool.
So that
all right, I'll steal more often.
Yeah, sucker.
Come
back.
Steal.
Maybe
so basically, kids, the bottom line is steal as often as you can. You get rewarded for it.
Yeah, that's right. Crime pays, kids. Just ask your favorite politician.
It does. Yeah. They've been doing it for decades.
Yeah, ask your favorite Somalian daycare how that's all going.
They were doing it for fucking years.
Oh, jeez.
Successfully.
There's a part of me that wishes they didn't expose all the Doge fraud and the Somali daycare and all the stuff. Because if they're not going to arrest and prosecute and imprison these people, why did you tell me? Because I do pay taxes. Now you're just rubbing it in my face, what's happening to my taxes. If you're going to tell me, then you have to arrest them. You can't just tell me and then leave them alone.
Yeah, because we would be arrested on less evidence than that.
Oh.
You know?
Yeah.
So.
But it sucks so bad to go and pay your taxes and know what they're doing. You know?
And if we know, they definitely, I hope they fucking know. Maybe it's all just a big fucking lie. Maybe our federal government doesn't have all this power and technology and all that other shit. Maybe it's just a fucking lie.
Let me shift gears here. Something I meant to ask you about way at the beginning. The Unstoppable TYRUS, 128-page graphic novel. Your chance to get a first printing ends midnight, Friday, March 20th. If you don't order by then, you're not guaranteed a first printing. Sorry, guys.
Okay.
Those are the rules. I don't make the... Oh, wait, I do make the rules. It is my company. Jericho, how is Jericho Jr. enjoying this?
Loving it. The last time we read it, he's laying in bed. He's always laying in bed. I sit at the foot of his bed and I read it. And I read a few pages and I look over at him and he's still hanging in there. So I read a few more pages and I look over at him and his eyes are starting to get heavy. But he's like, what? Dad, I'm still awake. All right. So I keep reading. And then he was down to like one and a half eyes closed. And I turn and look at him. He's like, Dad, I'm still awake. All right, cool. And then I read a few more pages and I looked over and he was out. So he's fighting the Sandman for this comic book. but I'm definitely gonna have to go back a page or two because I'm
Right.
sure I lost him. But it's great, man. It's moving along. It's already established kind of who he is, where he's at in life. You know, kind
Right.
of on his last leg with a few important people in his life
Yeah.
and important situations in his life.
He's kind of blown a lot of chances. This guy.
Yeah, it's kind of like, hey, you know, sink or swim, shit or get off the pot kind of thing.
Right.
He goes to save a friend of his, and then shit gets crazy. So, it's reading, and this is something I thought about too when I was reading it. This is our fourth book of yours. Same story writer, same artist, you know, Philippe and stuff helping you and doing the color and all that. So same group of people, but every story is different. It's, you know, the Incredible Tyrus story is different. The Dean Cain, different.
Right.
You know, T-Jaw, different. Empyrean, different.
Yeah.
Even like I said, even though same people, but each story is different. Each story moves at its own pace. This one seems a little faster. You know, I look at what page we're on, and I'm like, oh, we've already had so much happen.
Well, I don't ever want to have a filler page. Like every page I write, like, what is the point of this page? You're not just twiddling your thumbs and like, you know, here's the Unsolved Tyrus and he's a cool hero and he's just kind of doing nothing on this page. Every page I write, there's got to be something that people want and there's got to be a problem. That's how you write things. That's how you write chapters. That's how you write scenes. It's how you write dialogue. What do the characters want and what's stopping them from getting it? You know what I mean? That's what we're always doing. I'm going to be making my book shorter going forward. Not for any other reason than to get them out quicker. I don't like the Dean Cain All-American Lawman came out 2 years ago, and I don't have the second one done yet. Now, I have some very good news. We'll go soon. It's almost 2 hours. Hold on.
So good.
So good, huh? Share screen. Do you know what you're looking at? This is the first public showing of this. Do you know what this is?
Dean Cain, All-American Lawman.
Dean Cain, look at the code at the bottom of the page there. Dean Cain, All-American Lawman 2, page 1. Page 2. Oh, who are these guys invading the icebreaker ship? These guys are terroristas. Dean Cain on a roof in Hong Kong fighting a cyborg. You're going to love this. You're going to love. No one has seen this stuff yet besides me, Philippe, and the colorist Gilbran, and then of course my wife and kids, I think. But oh, look, he's falling off the building. Okay, that's enough. I don't want to spoil it. But yes, so that book is going to be ready soon. I want to put that out in the spring sometime. I want to do the crowdfund for that. But like all my books, I finish the book, then I crowdfund it. I've heard tell of some people that don't finish the book, and then they get really behind, and the books are years late, and that is not great for them or anyone else. It's I'm not happy about it. I'm not making fun of them. That's a terrible situation to be in. I don't like putting myself in that position, so I like to get my books done. That way we crowdfund, and then that way we print and get them out. You know what I mean? Like Tyrus, we put it up Q1, then we print it and ship it Q2. So people, because I get emails like, hey, when's my book coming? I ordered it in January, February. And I say, remember, it's a 60-day crowdfund, and then we print them and ship them after that. You'll get it in Q2. What is Q2? That's mid-March to mid-June. Obviously, faster is better. We'll go as fast as we can and keep the quality intact and keep me and my wife sane, because it is a 2-person operation at the house here running the company.
Oh, yeah, that's too many moving parts.
Right, but the new Dean Cain is 70 pages instead of the 116 of the first one, and I think I want to go down to 48-page stories, so they're more like an episode of Law and Order than like a movie, and that's so I can get them out faster, because I want the fans to have something to talk about, not like, oh yeah, 2 years ago we got your book, what was it about again, and blah blah blah. Like, no, it'd be nice. What I'd like to get to, we'll need more manpower, more money, more sales, but we're growing. I'd like to get a book out every quarter. So you have a 3-month campaign, put the book out, but we start a new campaign and put the book out, you know what I mean? And they're just kind of overlapping each other just a little bit. So people constantly have something they can look forward to and talk about and enjoy. So that's the plan. We'll see how it goes. God's in charge of everything, not me. But yeah, I'm working on the 3rd Dean Cain right now in my mind. I have some ideas. I want to get it done before the 4th of July. We'll see. So I think I'll go down to 48 pages. So it's like I said, an episode of television. but I wanted to emphasize the 250th birthday of America, just to coincide. It's a once in a lifetime event. I might as well have something in my company to celebrate that. So that's where that's all heading. Philippe does amazing work. I'm glad I found colorists that can match the quality that I want, because I'm a pretty good colorist, people say. And, you know, I've gone through some colorists, but the guys I found now are just amazing. So yeah.
Great work.
Yeah. Well, thank you. I'm so glad Junior's enjoying it. I want to keep bringing people amazing stories. And another thing, I don't know if I told you, I think I mentioned it briefly. I'm also writing a novel. I'm writing a crime comedy novel. It's so much fun. I'm a 13,000 words in. And then I'm doing art school. That'll be the last thing. And then you can tell me if you have anything left for the audience, and then we'll go. I am taking an animation 1-year-long course from Don Bluth. He's a Disney legend. He's 88 years old. He worked directly with Walt Disney. He was one of the training lead animators at Disney, teaching people how to animate, going back to I think the late 50s, 60s. Started his own company, The Land Before Time, An American Tail, All Dogs Go to Heaven. Well, those were him. Titan AE, that he did like a dozen animated movies under his own thing. He teaches an online course of how to animate. And I've never animated before in my life. And let me show you. I'm learning. This is the first thing I ever have animated. Watch, it's this dog turning his head. What do you think of that?
That's pretty awesome, man.
Yeah. Never done it before, but it's really fun. And it's not digital. I'm not cheating with like a computer to cut corners. We're doing traditional hand-drawn animation. Like, hold on, I'll show it to you. Yeah, it's real hand-drawn animation. It's on these sheets here. And you just turn the head and turn the head and turn the head and turn the head. You know, and that's it. That's how you do that. And animation paper has these 3 holes at the bottom. And there's a steel peg bar. And that way you can line your drawings up on a big light table. And I have a giant light table. It's like 4 feet by 4 feet. So this fits right into the animation paper. So that way you've got the drawings on top of each other. I'll show you real quick. I know I said we'd go, but we'll go in just a minute. So see, you put the paper on the peg bar. See the metal peg bar. And then you draw those lines going across the page. So you line up the chin, the nose, the eyes, everything. And this is a drawing from an animation book he gave us. He said, copy this dog and then rotate his head and stuff like that. And I'm thrilled. It's a year-long course. And next February, a year from now, in Scottsdale, Arizona, I will put on a cap and gown and get a diploma from Don Bluth himself. I'll have a diploma in animation. So I've said for the last few weeks, I'm started a fraternity. I'm a frat bro again. You know what I mean? So, you know.
What do we call that? Rush week?
Yeah, rush week. We're going to stay up till 9:30 and drink a full sugar Coca-Cola.
Whoa, chill out, dude.
And I am married, so we're not going to invite any sorority girls over.
Chill out. That sounds too wild.
So, yeah. So
that sounds too fucking wild.
So no booze, no drugs, no sorority sisters coming over, but it is still a frat. You know, so. And
that's going to, like you said, did you say full sugar?
Like a real classic Coca-Cola, not diet like I usually drink.
I'll be there.
You know, so, yeah.
You have me a full sugar at 9:30.
Yeah. Oh, I'll drink the caffeine free, though, the gold can. I don't want to be up all night. I don't want to be up all night like a crazy.
Well, I mean, if you're drinking a full sugar Coca-Cola, then you're taking a very real chance that you could be up all night.
You could be up, dude. You could be up to like 11.
So you know? Be careful.
So
just be careful. All right.
So yeah. What should I call my frat though? I think none of them. I just said it was called Tapakega beer. But I don't drink, so I don't know. Can I say Tapakega Coke? But then that sounds like drugs.
Whoa, that's something different. Hey, well, that happens in frats too.
Whoa. It ain't Christmas. It ain't snowing right now.
Happens in fraternities all the time.
All right. Well,
stay open-minded. Jericho,
do you have anything for the audience?
Yeah, you fuckers. Keep your eyes peeled on my social media. Cranking out videos every day. A lot of crazy shit going on right now, especially over this past weekend. Merch. All that good shit. I got a bit of a blitzkrieg coming up, so just stay focused. Damn it, stay focused.
Stay on target. Pepsi or Coke? He asked. I will say when I was young, Pepsi, but when I became an adult, I like Coke better. What about you, Jared? What say you?
I wouldn't say I liked it better, but due to my lack of developed palate, I was more susceptible to Pepsi, but we all know Coke is better.
Right. Yeah, you drink
If we're
Pepsi now,
honest
you're
with
like,
ourselves.
yeah,
we all know which is better. Coca-Cola.
Coke's better. It's got the McDonald's Coca-Cola with their special metal tanks and all that, and the filtered water.
Yeah.
That's
there's nothing by accident, nothing left to chance on that level.
Yeah, that's the best. That's the pure Coke.
Yeah.
And I mean drink. Guys.
If you got the money, you know.
Yeah, if you got the money, you can have as much Coke as you want at McDonald's. The Unsolvable TYRUS, 128 pages of entertainment, no lectures, just fun. I just want to have fun, guys. We're having fun. Guys, go get it. You only have until March 20th to guarantee that you are given a first printing of this book. Only till March 20th. Then I can't guarantee nothing after that. Follow me on all socials. I'm Big Man Comics or Gabe El Taib. You see how to spell it right there. He's JG Talk 2 on Instagram. He's Jericho Green here on YouTube. And he's Green_Jericho on Twitter, which he doesn't use, but he should, because he'd be really good on it.
I posted something the other day. I'm getting better.
Oh, I didn't see it.
I'm getting better.
All right. All right, guys. Next Tuesday, we're going to do a movie review again eventually. I just don't know when. Okay. All right. Adios.